Gary Payton and the Seattle Supersonics.
Sergeant Jay Peter with the Seattle Mariners and Jermaine Kearse.
Cliff Averill.
Dave Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is take number 2. Had a false start the first time. Had some internet connection issues, but hopefully this will be much better. Welcome to another episode of NorbCam. Thank you guys for, I know some of you guys already jumped on the chat. A couple of you on the phone lines. Tonight, it's the week of the Super Bowl week leading up to Super Bowl 53. What's up, everybody? I see you guys blowing up the chat out there. Caden, Ed Grant, who else we got? X-Rat 3D, Cano Z, Civil War Washington, Highlight Factory, Travis Lowry, Matt Bueller, Tim D, Andy Tran, Mellow Green, and a bunch more. I just want to get a sense from a Seahawks fan perspective, you know, kind of mixed emotions about this game, that I really don't want either team to win. Patriots, Rams, you know, the Patriots, it's hard to root for the Patriots, and the Rams are division rivals. So I don't ever root for any of my division rivals, so why would I want the Rams to win? I'm just curious what you all got out there. Civil War Washington, I noticed you out there. I think my take on this is I think that the Patriots have the edge. I think the Patriots are going to win this thing. But I'm just curious who you guys are rooting for, who you guys think are going to win, and who you guys are rooting for, because I'm kind of just mixed. I'm mixed on this whole thing. The Gamer 101 I see out there. Cano Z says he'd rather have the Patriots win. DJ Marley Hype wants a Super Bowl tie. Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? Just keep going, and eventually no one wins, and they just call it and they share the trophy. Maybe that would be the best result. Not going to happen, unfortunately, though. I see you guys on the phone line. We'll get a few calls. See what you guys think. If you want to call in, the number is 515-739-1219. Punch in the code 696153. If you are in the area, you can join me at Emerald Downs. I'll be doing one last final party for 2018-2019. See how many people we get coming out to this game, since so many Seahawks fans I know are boycotting this game. But we're going to do our party anyway, and hopefully you guys will come out, and someone is going to take home a big screen TV on Super Bowl Sunday. So come out. Join me. It's gonna be fun, regardless of what happens in the game. We'll watch a few of the commercials, eat some good food, have a good time. And if you can't come and join me in person, come join me on my live stream. I will be live streaming from inside the party at Emerald Downs. So join me either way. It'll be fun. Heck, you could come to the party and there and catch my live stream as well. I've seen people do that too. So it'll be fun, but. Yeah, I'll see what you guys think on this. Let me take to the calls here, and let's get this show on the road while you guys continue chatting it up out there. Let me see what we got here. We got Brandon from Minneapolis. Hopefully you can hear me. Brandon, you out there? Oops, hold on. Got my technical thing here going. There you go. Brandon, you on the line. You there?
Yeah, what's up, Norb? How are you?
What's up, man? I'm doing all right. Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm not looking forward to the game this week, but, you know, I'll just watch it for the hell of it, you know.
Yeah.
Football, so.
Are you rooting for any one team versus another?
I really don't care. Whoever wins it, wins it. In my opinion, I just really don't care.
That is a pretty common feeling by a lot of people out there.
Yeah, you know, it's just, I mean, we lost to one in the Super Bowl, and then one's our division rival, so it doesn't really make sense to root for either one of them. So that's just my opinion on it.
I hear that. But,
you know, if you know who I want, I just want Sean McVay. If I would want anyone to win, I'd want Sean McVay. So, you know, because I personally like him as a head coach. He's got a good thing going over there, so I'd like to just see him win.
Even though he's the division rival coach, you're saying you wouldn't root for the division rival, but you're going to root for the head coach.
Yeah, pretty much. Just because I like Sean McVay, you know, I like what he's done over there. Even though he's in our division, I've liked what he's done ever since Jeff Fisher's left. Because, you know, Jeff Fisher was ugh.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, I'm not rooting for anyone in particular this game, no.
Yeah, I agree. Sean McVay is a very innovative coach. You know, he's not conventional. Takes a lot of chances. Does things, you know, things that you wouldn't expect him to do. So it does kind of mix it up a bit. I miss Jeff Fisher because the Rams sucked when Jeff Fisher was coach. It was nice. Although they still played us hard. They did beat us. Yeah. They did play us hard, and even down there. I mean, I went to several Rams games in St. Louis. I never got to witness one win in person, so that was a little frustrating. But we never had to worry about them getting to the playoffs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
because they won like 4-12 every season.
Yeah, exactly. They're less than mediocre, but not the case
but, you
anymore.
Know, Norb, I actually had a question for you going into the off season. Do you think we should like keep our free agent wide receivers like Jerron Brown, or do you think we should like draft a wide receiver?
That's a really good question. I feel
Jerron
like
Brown, he had a few good games last year. He had a few good games, so you know. Yeah.
He had a few good, but not as big of an impact as I would have hoped he would. Not that I had super high expectations for him. Same thing with David Moore. David Moore started really coming around, having a bunch of catches. Then it seemed like after that Chargers
Carolina game,
Carolina had the game-winning catch, or not game-winning, but he had the game that tying. I think it was a game-tying catch. But the
like 4th and 11 or something like that.
Yeah, it was actually probably ill-advised pass when you think about it, because it should have gone for the first down. But the fact that it worked out, it turned out to be a great play. But after the Chargers game in particular, remember David Moore had a chance to tie that game, and the ball, I think, was partially tipped, went off his hands, and then it ultimately dropped from him. It seemed like just David Moore was quiet after that. I just remember thinking he was on the rise. I thought he was going to kind of rise up to that number 2 really strong status, possibly. And then he never quite broke out after that. He kind of regressed. And I don't know what happened with David Moore, but he just kind of disappeared off the radar and almost was unheard of in a couple of games down the line. So, but to answer your question, I mean, I'm still in search of that one big wide receiver, that big-bodied guy. I haven't really done a lot of draft research yet, so I don't know what's out there. But I would still love to see the Seahawks go for a guy who could really be that kind of big-bodied number 1 receiver.
You know, I heard the Packers might release Jimmy Graham, and since he'll be off that mindset of a big deal, maybe we could go out if they do release him, because I think he did good for us. That final year, he showed out and did good.
Yeah, he did.
Zone especially.
You know, it's weird because I think he was I think he was a disappointment to a lot of people, but he did score a lot of touchdowns for us.
The first few seasons, he was a little,
well, then he had his injury. So he's I hadn't thought about Jimmy Graham at all, to be honest with you. I just didn't think he really wanted to be here. But who knows? Maybe they didn't exactly light it up in Green Bay like I thought he was going to, and so. Who knows?
Who knows Green Bay had nothing going for them last year.
Yeah, no, they did not. They and obviously that's why they fired their coach, and they're kind of having to reboot over there. So, but they still got Aaron Rodgers, so anything can happen with him. But it's it's a little bit of a mess over there. Thank goodness. But anyway, man, thanks for the call. Yep, I've shared your sentiment about the Super Bowl, but gonna still be watching. It'll still be a fun
I'll still watch it
something to watch. But
I'll
anyway,
tune in your live stream if I get. I'll for sure tune in your live stream because
I appreciate that, man. All right, well, thanks for the call. I'm gonna grab some other folks here, but enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah,
all right, go Hawks. All right, let's go to let's go to Cameron in Portland. Yo, Cameron, what's up? This is NorbCam. How you doing?
I'm meh. How are you?
I'm doing okay. This has been it's been hard for me to even get into this game. I haven't been reading up on any of the storylines. It's just about as compelling as watching butter melt on a pan. Actually, I think that would be more interesting, but hard to get into this one.
I'd rather watch paint dry than this Super Bowl.
That is a very common reaction. So who do you got? Or I guess, I don't know if you're rooting for anybody or who do you think is going to win or either. What do you think?
It has been a big decision in my house, at least with me and my dad, because us being Seahawks fans. we thought it'd be best if the Rams get a second Super Bowl win compared to the Patriots getting a sixth one.
Thought it'd be better
Because
if the Rams win.
As much as me and him hate the Rams, we despise the Patriots a lot more because of what we have seen of them over the last years. We've seen him in the Super Bowl, and he's just not. The Patriots are just not a big. Is a team we do not like in my house. So I honestly, we'd rather have the Rams win than the Patriots. As much as I hate saying that, I honestly can't. My hands are tied here. Normally, if it was another situation, I'd say I don't care who wins. But because it is the Patriots and the Rams, I honestly will have to go with the Rams, as much as I hate saying that.
Even though they're going to, if that happens, every time we play them, they're going to be introduced as the world champion, Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams, hosting the Seattle Seahawks, and the Super Bowl champ Rams of this and that, and just to have to hear that all season long, I don't know. The Patriots, at least we don't play them. But once every 4 years, under certain circumstances, we don't have to really deal with them on a direct basis. But the Rams, man, twice a year, every single year, and then have to stare at them in the schedule and in all the listings, and then they're going to be in their brand new $1 billion stadium, putting up a banner and all that kind of stuff. I don't think they opened the stadium this year, do they? I thought they did, but then somebody told me they don't. Either way, at some point they're going to open that sucker, and they'll have the nicest digs around and a Super Bowl banner and trophy to boot. I'll be very green with envy that day if that happens. So I don't know. For that reason, I guess that's why I'm sort of hoping the Rams play just a little bit worse than the Patriots. But I go back and forth. It's a tough one, man.
It definitely is seeing a team that has beaten you in a Super Bowl and a team that is your divisional rival.
Yeah, because you spend the entire time.
Very hard to choose.
You spend the entire season watching your own team and then making sure that everybody in your division loses. At least that's how I go about it. I'm in favor of every game that makes our division teams lose. So with that mindset, that's why it feels like I got to root for the team that's going to take down my division rival. Because, would Dallas Cowboys fans be rooting for the Giants? Would the Bears be rooting for the Packers if the shoe were the other foot? I don't think so. So it kind of goes without saying. I think the same rule applies. As hard as it is to not root against the Patriots, especially when you think about Super Bowl 49 and stuff. So anyway, not to mention, as Life of Tyke is bringing up about the cheating aspect, the cheating history that the Patriots have. That's just a whole other thing that adds to the complication of trying to not root against the Patriots. But anyway. Well, I'm with you, man. It's a tough one.
I understand why a lot of Seahawks fans would go with the Patriots. I get it. They're division rivals. You never want to see your rival team in a Super Bowl. And I completely understand where they're coming from, because last season, the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. It was hard for, especially like my mother, who's a Dallas fan. It was hard for her to watch that Super Bowl because it was her, and it was hard for her to watch her rival team win a Super Bowl. And I completely understand why a lot of people would go for the Patriots. It's a division rival. You never want to see that.
Right. Yeah. I guess for me, the only thing about this game, I guess, is that I'm just not really going to get real emotional one way or the other. It's just going to be kind of just watch, and that's nice. What a stupid play. Oh well, they didn't get it. Let's see the next commercial, please. So but the Rams are going to be tough every year. I mean, it looks like they're at the start of some pretty good stuff with that head coach over there, and so we're going to have to find a way to leapfrog them in the next coming seasons if we want to get a chance, because it's tough. It's tough to be on the road and get to the Super Bowl as we learned this season. But we'll see what happens. We got a lot of changes will be coming up in the next in this off season. So we'll get into that next time. But
that cornerback who was fined for that whole missed pass interference call.
Oh, for the Rams.
Yeah, he was recently been getting death threats from people. Apparently.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the part where I think they're taking this way too far.
Oh, with the lawsuit and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I think that's going way too far, especially threatening someone's life.
Well, and the Chicago Bears kicker, I think he got death threats from his own fan base. So, I mean, it just goes to show how crazy, fans get over their teams. There's not to downplay it, but I'm sure a lot of these death threats are nothing more than people just venting and trying to, they're so frustrated over the situation, so they of course got to do something because they feel helpless to. If they can't do something, well, they gotta find some other way to vent. And in defense of the Rams player, I mean, he was just doing what he could, expecting to get a penalty out of the situation, and it's the refs who didn't call it. So I've heard a lot. All takes on that. Where if he had just done his job correctly, he could have had a pick six, which I think is probably true. If he had just turned around and played the ball, he would have done that. But he got beat, and at that point, he was just desperately trying to keep the receiver or the running back from getting the ball and going into the end zone. So he just did whatever he could, knowing he probably was going to get a penalty, which never came. So, not his fault. He just did the play. It's up to the refs to throw that flag if they see it happening, and that's the big controversy right there. So, yeah, it gets pretty crazy though. Yeah, the lawsuit thing's pretty funny though. Yeah, let's make them replay that point on for the game. I mean, I knew that. I felt bad for the Saints fan. If you saw me last week, I had the Saints fan on, and I was in support of the fact that they got burned by the refs. But replaying the game, I mean, that's a little bit much. Yeah. I would have liked to have replayed Super Bowl 40. Let's get everybody back together and replay Super Bowl 40. But knew that was never going to happen. So, it's frustrating. We all get our turn at it, I suppose. But
of course.
You just hope that they'll fix it somehow and make it better so it won't happen again as bad as it did. So, all right, man, I'm going to get some other calls on the line, but I appreciate your call.
No problem. Go Hawks.
All right, go Hawks. All right, let me go to the East Coast here. I haven't heard from him in a while. I got to get Gangrene David on the line. See you on the chat. David, what's happening, brother?
What's going on, man? It's been quite a month, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been quite a month. Congratulations. I think you hit a pretty milestone with your subs, right, on your YouTube channel?
1,000 subscribers.
Congratulations, man. Well deserved.
Well, thank you so much. I even shouted you out in my shout-out video that I created.
And I appreciate that, man. So for all you guys watching, go check out Gangrene David, huge Jets fan. We've done a few collaborations over the years. But yeah, man, what's your thoughts going into this? So you're not a Seahawks fan, obviously. I'm pretty sure who I know you're rooting for, just because you've got a division rival in the game. So I assume you are rooting for the Rams all the way. Am I correct?
I am rooting for the Rams because I see a lot of people complaining about the Patriots. I see a lot of people, saying the Patriots this and that. Listen, if anyone should be hating the Patriots, it should be me. Or not hating the Patriots. If anyone should be disliking the Patriots, it should be me and any other fan of an AFC East team. Because that team has done nothing but take over our division for the last 10 years. But at the end of the day, you got to know why. You got to look at the facts, and you got to know why, because Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches on the planet. And how does he do it? You look at some of the creative schemes that he can create when it comes to big games, and when it also comes to versing a lot of teams with big-name players. If you look at the Patriots-Chiefs game in the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs' defense was relatively ranked in the bottom of the league in a lot of aspects, run defense, pass defense, whatever, but they were very dominant at home. And part of the reason why was because of that pass-rushing duo, Dee Ford and Justin Houston. Mm-hmm. Bill Belichick was able to find a way to scheme away from that pass rush, giving Brady not only all day to throw in the pocket, but the run game was also efficient in that game as well. You saw James White making plays left and right, and it kind of threw the Chiefs defense really off guard. That's something now you have to worry about if you're a Rams fan. Listen, I think the Rams win this game, and I think the way they do it is, if you look back last year and you see how the Eagles beat the Patriots, the way the Eagles beat the Patriots is that Doug Peterson was able to find a way to catch Bill Belichick off guard. Look at the Philly, for instance. Not even the Patriots would have ever saw a play like that coming. There were a lot of aggressive play calls and aggressive schemes that Doug Peterson ran. Sean McVay has to do the same thing going into the Super Bowl. That's what he needs to do. Sean McVay has to run aggressive schemes. He has to be creative, and he has to find a way to throw Bill Belichick off guard. Otherwise, Bill Belichick will do what he does best. He'll find a way to offset that pass rush, and Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, Dante Fowler, all these things. And especially if you have a young and experienced quarterback in Jared Goff playing in this game, you got to look at it. If I'm Sean McVay, I'm thinking, listen, I got to find a way around this guy. This guy is an ultimate schemer. He knows the game better than anybody. He can scheme around any big player in the league. We got to make sure we come at this team as hard as we could, aggressive schemes, throw the defense off guard. Get after the quarterback. Because if you give Tom Brady all day in the pocket, you're going to pay the price for it.
Yeah, and over the years, I think he has been the number of sacks, if he's ever even been sacked in the Super Bowl, is like an astounding minimal number. That dude is always just standing tall, never feeling any pressure. So, and the defensive line, that is one of the strengths of the Rams. So maybe those guys might find some way to do it, but he's just so quick getting that ball out of his hands. And, I was interesting, though, you mentioned about the Philly. You remember that they tried to do that play with Tom Brady trying to catch a ball out of the backfield and made him look his age trying to do so. So that wasn't such a pretty play for them. But I tell you what, though, a lot of the reason why, and this mystery was never solved, but why the Patriots, a big part of why the Patriots lost that game last year was, why the hell was Malcolm Butler on the bench, one of their best defensive backs, sitting on the bench the entire game, and nobody knows what the deal was that he got into the doghouse in Belichick's mind to basically punish him for not playing.
Sorry to interrupt. It's actually interesting that you brought up Malcolm Butler, because I think rumor has it that I think he was missing practice or something. I don't know what that was, but however, the Patriots do have stud corners in Stephon Gilmore and Eric Rowe, who actually played at pretty stellar high level. So, and then Malcolm Butler goes to Tennessee, and I think he was struggling over there a little bit. So it kind of sucked. Malcolm Butler didn't play in that Super Bowl. It could have helped the Patriots defense a bit, give them a boost. Yeah. But
it was just one of those mind-boggling Bill Belichick moves that, probably cost him the Super Bowl, I think, if Malcolm Butler plays in that game. And the irony there is that Malcolm Butler is the guy who won the Super Bowl for them in Super Bowl 49, for God's sake. So, it's like he wins that one, then he gets punished in Super Bowl 52 to not play, and he eventually leaves the Patriots. So, let's just go to alternate timeline. Let's have him not play in Super Bowl 49. Let's go with that one, and we win Super Bowl 49, and then the rest can change history after that. But
that one interception, that one interception just jump-started his entire career, and he just grew to become such a stellar corner. And then come this time, and then he signs a mega deal with the Tennessee Titans, and his production goes a little bit down. I don't think he was even a Pro Bowl corner this year. There were a lot of corners that were that produced more than him this year. So, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. But your Seahawks, though, I know you're dying to play the Rams again. You were dying to play the Rams in the playoffs.
Oh, man.
It was a loss against the Cowboys.
We needed to win that game. It was lining up perfectly. Philadelphia had pulled off the upset. If we could have beaten the Cowboys, and then if things just kind of kept rolling along, we could have had that chance to host the NFC Championship. But, of course, the whole thing fell apart from the moment we lost that wild card game, so that was a pipe dream that blew up in my face. But yeah, I wanted that third shot. That third time is the charm to go against the Rams, because we were always within one score of those guys, and of the narrowest of margins that we could have beaten the Rams both times. Both times it came down to the final possession. At home, it was the Rams. They went forward on 4th down and short got it, and then us, we were trying to drive down the field and just Wilson overthrew Baldwin or Lockett or something in the sideline.
Lockett.
It was Lockett.
I remember that game.
Trying to get that score to catch up and take the lead or whatever, and it just wasn't in the cards. But it was that close, and I thought one more shot and we could get them, but they'll have to wait till next year. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll talk again as we start going into the off season. But for right now, I know who you got your hopes on here, and you think the Rams are going to win this game. It sounds like. Not only are you rooting, but you think they'll win it.
I think the Rams can win this game, but this year, I mean, like I said, Sean McVay, young and experienced coach, going up against a really, really great schemer, Bill Belichick. Like I said, Sean McVay is going to have to play very aggressive in this game if he wants a shot at winning, and that's my key to the game for the Rams: aggressive and catch the Patriots off guard. But I'm gonna have to pick. I'm gonna have to pick with my head. I feel like Belichick's going to get it done. Unfortunately,
oh, so
I gotta be realistic.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what I think too.
Yeah, as much as I want to vomit saying that, it is what it is. But hey, listen, we'll watch them win again. We'll watch them win again, and then when the Jets sign Le'Veon Bell and Sam Darnold's right in place, we'll be playing the Patriots again twice next year, and we'll see what happens from there.
Hey, and look at the bright side, man. One more year, one more possible Super Bowl victory for the New England Patriots. 1 year closer to them retiring. I mean, it's going to happen one of these days. Brady's not going to play till he's 50, although that'd be pretty funny to see. But at some point, they're going to be gone, and the Patriots are going to be a whole different team when that happens. It's just a matter of how many more years is this thing going to keep dragging itself out. But who knows? According to Tom Brady, he's not done yet, even if they did win the Super Bowl. So we'll see. But it'll be fun to talk about it after the game and see what happens. So, all right, man, I'm going to get to some of the callers, but it's good to hear from you as always.
Awesome, Norb. Guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm Gangrene David. I'm a diehard Jets fan. Just hit 1,000 subscribers. If you want to listen to me talk some football, whatever, definitely subscribe to my channel. Guys, give Norb all the love you can give him. Awesome dude, awesome video maker. My inspiration to the reason why my channel even started running. So give this man some love, and best of luck to your Hawks throughout the offseason. I know both our teams got really great off seasons ahead of them. And 2020, Jets Seahawks in Seattle. And
yeah.
I might make some arrangements. And
hey, man, that'd be fun.
Up there. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. All right, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Awesome. Take care, man.
All right, Gangrene. Always good to hear from him. Let's keep the calls rolling. I'm going to go to, let's see, Joe over in L.A. Yo, Joe, what's going on? You're on with NorbCam. How's it going?
Yo, what's up, Norb? Just something to say as I start off. Last year I had called, and I was like, I'm probably public enemy number one because I'm a Pats fan. And it was when you were on the line with Philadelphia and David. And, but I never called in since then. She's probably never even going to watch this, but I actually really want to congratulate her on, Philly winning. Philly winning, that was their first championship. And at the time, I had called because, it was mainly like a party against New England, and I'm a Patriots fan, so I wanted to call in just to But
yeah, well, that's a call of 1 year in the making. But if Delia ends up somehow watching this, I will hopefully she'll take that and go.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you for that. Congratulations a year later.
Yeah, I know. We're a year later. But what's funny is, she stays in, I believe, Los Angeles as well. And I remember going to one of her live streams, and I was like, I know I'm a Pats fan, but it'd be cool to, meet up with one of you guys and maybe watch a game if we were to play Philly. We actually play Philly next year in Lincoln. So, if I would watch that with